Alright guys, 1990 CR250 teardown, bottom end teardown. We're putting in a new crank, new bearings, doing a little restoration. We got the cylinder sent off, it's getting replated, brand new cylinder. We got the frame freshly powder coated, fresh powder coated frame, kick ass. We even got the foot pegs too, but hey, that's alright. Kick ass frame. Got a little grease on there for my hands, but that'll wipe right off, no biggie. 1990 CR250. Got a fresh shock on there. And yeah, it's time for restoration. New carburetor. Original, got all that, new bolts. We're gonna do a little restoration. But yeah, we got the stator, tore that off. A little flywheel puller right here. Twist that in, crank her in, pull it right out. So I got that. It's a little magnet right to the stator. It'll come apart. It's just magnet. Other parts, hard to see. Sorry guys. We're in the basement right now, so it's like our shop. Basically, Dirt Bike Doctors' little shop during the winter time, because there's like at least. But here we are. Got the stator off, and that crank is looking rusty already. Crank has some bad side-to-side play. No up and down play, but pretty bad side-to-side play down at the bottom of the crank, so that's definitely not good. So we're going to tear it down, maybe paint the cases, put in a full bottom rebuild kit, which I can't find many rebuild kits for 1990 CR250. It's hard, so we're going to go with the one on eBay. It's slap it in here. It's European, so it might take a while for it to ship, but we're in no rush. This thing's got to get cleaned up and washed up. But we got the stator off just now, and now we're gonna break into everything, because we got everything off on this side here. It's hard to see, apologize about that, but we got everything off on this side for the most part. Everything looking good. There's no damage as far as I can see. Everything's looking good so far. So I got this in there just to keep the crank from moving around, so I can pull all this stuff off. So that's a good way if you don't have like a flywheel holder to hold it, or to get one of these off. If it keeps spinning, you can't get it off, or anything. Or you just put a board on top, bolt it down, hold the crank from going up and down. You can pull everything off, everything on this side, clutch, everything can come right off if you do that. If you have a bad crank, I wouldn't recommend doing that with a good crank, but this is a shitty crank, so I'm gonna replace it anyways. So why not put a board there and do that, obviously. So we're gonna do that, and yeah, catch you guys. We're breaking into it, so we're gonna take this off and bust it down, use a cage splitter, and get that old crank out and put in our new one. So I'll get back to you with that. Alright, Dirt Bike Doctors, we got the case split. Here we are. We got the case split, and not looking too bad. A couple metal shavings down there, but crank is definitely shot, so we're definitely gonna get to it with pulling off the transmission, pulling out the crank, replacing it with a new crank. So we split the cases with a flywheel puller. I used this and this, which broke, but it still worked. And I put this thing right here through there like that, and I put that part on there, and I bolted down through those holes, cranked that down, and it popped right open. So I got that. Pulling out the old crank and putting her together. So alright guys, so here we are. We're gonna pull out the transmission. So pinned wall number 1. Pinned wall number 2. There's our drum. I think I'm gonna leave the arms in, if I can. I don't know. Now if you can, there we go. Trying to get a hold on that bottom gear. There's a very far gear on the bottom. Should just pull right out. There we go. Oh, washer. Gotta watch that. Alright. We're getting it. Bearings seem to be pretty good. Everything looks good. Everything seems to be good. Inspect the tranny for any wear or any damage. Looks to be pretty decent. You can see there's a little chip right there, but shouldn't affect nothing too much there, I wouldn't think. So it looks like there's a little, ooh, yeah, it looks like there's a little wearing up there. I don't know if that can't be too good, but we'll have to look in the manual and see if that'll pass. I'm not sure yet, but we got that. All the gears look to be good for the most part. There looks to be a little wear on them gears. Maybe might have to get some new gears, a couple new ones, but should be good. Other than that, looking strong, looking real nice, real smooth. Make sure there's no washers hidden or nothing like that. Yeah, it looks pretty decent, man. Definitely a bad crank, but everything else is good, which is too bad, or which is good, but it's too bad that it had a bad crank. Otherwise, we would have just slapped the top end on it, eh? But it's all good. We're gonna get this gasket off and get this crank out, put in a new one. So that's the tranny. One on the tripod here. There it is, guys. Remember to make sure those washer, that one, and this little one right there will be stuck right there if you got it like mine. Okay, I got the left side over there. This is the right side, as you can see by that. I got it tipped up like this. Pulled out the tranny. Looking pretty good. We're gonna get this thing out of here and clean it up, and we'll get back to you with the new crank and video on little part and putting it all back together and assembly, so we'll show all that good stuff when we can here. And yeah, there it is.